What up? What up?
What's going
Welcome
on, man?
to. All right, so check this out. This is going to be a mini series, so to speak. How many questions have you had about trade the pool?
A lot. My DMs have
Same,
been blown up about it ever since we made that post.
same. So we started a trade the pool account. It's a funded trader program. We've seen how many hundreds of different funded future programs, right? That's the new hot thing. You actually are the one that discovered this trade the pool program.
Yeah, the other day I had a guy in our room. He hit me up because I do the funded futures stuff too. Just like we talk about another source of income, why not?
Yeah,
Um, Primarily trade small caps.
yeah.
Most of the guys in our room primarily trade small caps. So why not? Why did they not have a funded stock trading program that you could sign up for as easily as you could for the futures accounts? Basically the same thing, an evaluation, pay a little fee, and then they fund you. Well, I've looked for it in the past, back when I was struggling, didn't have much capital, and I couldn't find one. Well, this guy hit me up and was like, "Hey, do you know of anything like that?" I said, "Man, I wish I did, but let me look into it." So I got to thinking, why not? Started looking into it. I dug around for probably an hour on the internet, found this one, Trade the Pool, and I got to say, I don't want to speak for you, but I'm very impressed.
I'm impressed. We're going to do the intro thing. We're going to talk about our initial impressions, the pros and cons, and we're going to keep. Well, okay, let's just do the intro. We're going to get into it.
Hit it.
I'm actually glad we played that intro because I want to start off by saying we are not getting paid a single red cent to say anything about Trade the Pool.
Yeah,
Nothing.
yeah,
Like,
and that's another thing I kind of wanted to note on is aside from us saying we like this, we don't have any affiliation with it. That we're getting paid for whatever, but it's and there's no substitute for a broker like Cobra.
absolutely. Cobra is still the best broker I've ever used, period. And Trade the Pool is not a broker, right? They're
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
it's a funded program, a little
yeah, I
different.
mean it's a prop firm, and I mean I guess that they have their own. I don't know who their clearinghouse is. I don't know. I haven't dug that far into it. I don't know who they're using, but I mean, if you're looking to trade something with a small amount of capital, you want to trade. You don't want to be under PDT.
Because PDT sucks.
It does, and you don't have 27 grand to open an account with Cobra. Then I mean you're gonna have some cons, obviously, but the cons with this one, they're not too bad.
Yeah, and I think that's key. We've talked a lot about, I think the reason options and funded programs or funded future programs are so hot right now is because there's literally zero entry to barrier. If you are a US citizen and you want to trade stocks and you don't have an account over 25,000, you're restricted by PDT and it can be incredibly hard to get started. So when you found this is kind of a nice way for people to get their feet wet, to learn about small caps and to trade relatively risk free. Because even if you're, I've said before, and I maybe we differ on this. I don't know if we've ever come to a conclusion, but I'm not a huge proponent of paper trading. I don't think it gives you the emotions that you need to effectively trade real money. But with a funded account, yes, it's technically not your money, but if you do well on a funded account, you can get paid. So it's at least in my mind, should give you the same emotions or similar emotions to trading a real live account could and should give you, because I don't think paper trading for me ever gave me that. That's just
Yeah,
my 2
I
cents.
mean, there was days where I could, paper trade and lose $1 million,
Right,
or
you
make
could
a
make
million
100 grand
dollars.
and like, "All right, cool, I made 100 grand on paper money," monopoly money for lack of a better word, so,
Yeah, there's no
um
emotion, and I agree with you on that. The longer I've been doing this, it's totally true. I mean, I the only kind of paper trading I've done in the past, I don't know, several years has been like these eval accounts, whether it be with the futures or whatever. But I will say, even with the evals, I can feel some emotion in it, because I paid
yeah,
not much, but a little bit of money. So, and I want, you want to pass it. It's not like paper trading where it's just like YOLO, pop,
right,
whatever happens, happens.
yep,
Um, so yeah, treat them like real money.
that's absolutely right, so the whole purpose of what we're trying to do is this is new for us. We've never done anything like this. This is the first time we've ever worked with Trade the Pool or any type of funded stock prop program, if you will. But I do think it is a good place for people to get started. But we're basically just going to talk about our experience with it, like how the software is, how the program is, did we get paid, pros and cons. That is the whole purpose of us doing these videos. So for us, it is still relatively new, but we're just going to tell people our thoughts. If it's good, we're going to tell you if it's good. If it sucks and we're owed thousands of dollars from payouts that we didn't get, we're going to tell you we're owed thousands of dollars of payouts that we didn't get. But from everything we've read, researched, and whatever, I mean, it seems like a legit thing that could make some side income on, and some people could learn to trade with. So
Exactly.
we're just gonna, show some things and talk about some stuff. But to start, full transparency, I have only taken one trade in this Trade the Pool program because I just got my account set up this last week, made my first trade. I think it was either Thursday or Friday. All of them. Read it very um mine is very limited.
Yeah, yeah. So I've been doing it for coming on like 2 weeks.
I was
I've
gonna say
been
about
playing
two
with it.
weeks probably. And you have passed one eval, right? So you're on a funded account and another. You have two. I know you've opened two accounts, but you have one eval going and one paid one going, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, that's what I thought. So I'm gonna show a screenshot here because I think this is probably maybe the best place to start, right? Or to give people an idea of what you may be getting into. So when you come into this Trade the Pool place, this is kind of what it looks like. And I know maybe this screenshot isn't super easy to see, but you can see the big red or big pink dollar amounts at the top. So when you come to Trade the Pool, they give you four options, and everything that you see is just a one-time fee. You pay that one-time fee, and then you're given an eval account. And you basically got to pass the eval account. You pass the eval account, and then you're given a funded account with profit splits and different things like that. The main key is, and you and I have talked about this a lot, and I know you've done funded futures, so you would say this 10 times over on the futures and this is to read the rules and watch all the videos, right? Like that's your thing.
You have to, man. It's so important. I can't tell you how many people uh, that I've, you know, shown the funded futures, or they've asked me about it and they start doing it. Um, and they've got tons of videos on whether you're doing the funded futures or this funding program. They have tons of videos, very with detailed explanations on how you have to go about these processes, the way it works. Um, we won't dive too deep into that
Yeah, I
on this
would say
video.
definitely come to this page that I'm screen sharing here, and this gives you a quick snapshot of some of the criterion rules on the different funded accounts.
Yeah, exactly. And it's After you do that, also, before you even get started trading with it, go to their YouTube page. We'll put a link down below, um, and just watch just a couple of the little intro videos. It would definitely not be a bad idea just to get an idea. I mean, because whether it's $100, $300, or whatever one you go with, it's still you still don't want to blow it on something stupid. And I'll show you a few
Right.
stupid things I did um, in a little bit. But anyway,
Yeah, we'll
um,
definitely in the description of this video, we'll have the link to check out the website. We'll have the link to their YouTube channel so you can watch some of these videos. But just to recap this page here, just to explain some of the different rules and criteria based on how much you pay. You can pay $100, right? And you're granted $20,000 worth of buying power. The max drawdown you can have on that buying power of 20,000 is $900, which isn't a lot. It doesn't give you a lot of wiggle room. And then the profit split is 50-50. On the other end of that, you have one which you can pay $1,250 for. They give you access to $260,000 worth of buying power. The max drawdown you can have on that is 6,000, but then the payout split is 80-20. So it depends where you want to fit in at. Again, full transparency, I paid the $300. It gives me access to 80K. My max drawdown is $2,100. It's a profit split of 60-40. So I'm going to see how that goes. And we're going to find out.
that's right.
Hell, if we can make a couple extra thousand or more, like
Why not?
mirroring trades we're already doing, then maybe we go to the 1250, funded account where we get an injection of $260,000, and then the profit split is much more in our favor, more capital to trade with, bigger margin of error on drawdown, whatever you want to call it. But we're learning. We're going to learn it. We're going to figure it out, and that's the information that we want to share. That's the whole purpose of this.
One more thing I wanted to add earlier, I said that we're not affiliated with them and whatnot, and they are not paying us or anything like that to make this video. We're just going to do this little series to document our progress. And like you said, if it sucks, we're going to let everybody know. But we do have the link to view their website, and it is a little affiliate link. It doesn't really, I don't know if it's even going to give us anything, but we would appreciate it if you'd use it. And if you enjoy these videos, just to use our link. I don't know if it's going to give us anything or not, but we will find out.
We'll tell you that too.
Yep, we will let you know that too. I will be glad to share full screenshots of everything, full progress, all that.
Speaking of screenshot, now granted, this isn't much. I have one trade with these guys, literally one. And I don't even know how it's going to translate because I'm on this ultra wide and that can be tough. Whatever. Actually, let me try to minimize it.
Oh yeah, that looks nice. That's nice right there.
Okay, good. Well, we're going to do that then. So this is just the dashboard, right? In all this, like I said, I made one trade and I bought the $300 account. I still have to pass the eval. I pass the eval, I get access to the buying power to actually make real money. Whatever I make, I'll, take the profit split on. But my profit target is $4,200, and I can only have a max drawdown of 2,100. And I think you got 45 days to do this. And this just it's basically just a quick snapshot of how your account is doing. I've had this account for less than 3 days. I've made one trade on it, and that's why my success rate is 100%, because I've had one trade. I made $300. But this is a really nice, in my opinion, a nice dashboard. You got to have X amount of trades. It shows you your profit target, your max drawdown. It shows your account P. It's a really nice, clean snapshot of how your trades are going, how this account is going. So
It looks good.
I like it. I mean, it's clean. It looks good. I'm going to use it. Anyway, in my mind, this is one of the pros of this program right there. Clean dashboard to see how your progress is doing. So there's that.
And I'll go ahead and show something too. This is so I wouldn't call necessarily this a con, but So I've got 2 accounts with them. This is on one of them. This is just a screenshot of the charting. So I'll tell you the pros and the cons. None of this is really a con, besides the fact that the size I took here on this trade, this is a short on AREB. I think it's okay to have wider stops on this stuff, but you've really got to think about your position sizing and for what it could be, because I didn't think that they were gonna take me out for a max loss here, but they sure did, and then I couldn't trade it the rest of the day. This account, whereas I could have taken some profit here at VWAP. That would have been a good idea. It might be a good idea to take some profits when you're in profit on this thing. They've got some max position size losses. They've got like where they'll take you out if it hits like a max position size loss, which I think is like
It depends on what program you pay for, whether you pay for the $100, 300, whatever. That max loss or your daily max loss is different or larger oftentimes based on how much you pay.
Yeah, and we're not going to explain all of that. I mean, if you're serious about doing this, you can very easily figure that out. I mean, like we said
right
earlier,
there on that page I shared, it is broken down very clearly.
I've had some people ask me some questions like that, and I'm a pretty nice guy, and I don't mind, but I'm like, hey man, like, if you're serious about it, like you've got to go read the rules.
Yeah, man.
It was the same way with the funded futures accounts. I'd have people hit me up being like, why is it saying I blew up? I'm like, well, because on those there's a trailing drawdown. That's one pro to this, is there's no, from what I understand, no trailing drawdown.
It's just a max daily.
Yeah, max daily. Like if the total is 2100, you can have three $700 losses, daily losses. But anyway, that's an example where it was an unfortunate top tick out on something that I was actually in pretty good profit on in full size for what I would want to take for that. So there's that. Here's another one. Smaller position size trade, but I'll go ahead and show you. So I took the short here on SASI. There's the time stamp and everything. Just 1,000 shares. I thought I got in more than I did. That negative $5 was the fee. 44 cents is where I took it. And as you can see right here, I covered end of day. The thing was, as I was in the morning, I took the trade. I hammered it right here after it failed. I had my stop set. I came back at the end of the day. I had closed the program out. Well, if you're on Twitter, we all love our execution arrows. We love to be able to see it, screenshot it, share it, brag it, complain about it, cry about it, whatever. Everybody likes it. I came back to close this trade out, and when I did, I was like, well, where's my other execution arrow? That's one small con of the platform. The desktop platform is that if you close the platform out, it erases all of your execution markers.
Which we have not figured out how to get those back.
Yeah, don't know how to get those back. So if you do, then let us know.
And it's not a big deal. Execution arrows don't matter per se unless you're trying to share your executions. But like you just shared your average in and out, on your actual order window.
That's just small size on this account because I don't care. I'll show anybody the size I take on any trade. I usually trade bigger size than that, but with these, especially
still learning too.
Yeah, I'm still learning this program, and I had 2 accounts. That's another thing. If you have more than one account, I actually had I had the demo, I had the an eval and a live, and I thought that I was taking a trade on a short on the live account, and I was actually taking it on an eval account, and this is a few days ago, and then I covered it on. I accidentally, whatever it was, is whatever account I covered it on. I ended up, it took a long on that account, and I was like, oh god, I didn't know what had happened. So just play with the platform a good bit um, before you start risking your money. With
For
like
sure.
just like with anything, it's a lot different, but a few days of playing with it, maybe even just a day, get it set up the way you like, uh, learn the ins and outs of it, learn the rules of the way this brokerage works. Hey, I mean, and like we said, we're still learning too, but it's from what we can tell, it's pretty nice. Oh yeah, hey, there you go. That's what the platform looks like.
Yeah, so this is how I set up my platform. Now, the one good thing about this platform is it's very customizable. You can make it look however you want it to look.
It's very similar to the customization of I'd compare it to DOS.
Yeah, as far as how you can pop windows out, make multiple charts, multiple level twos, you can do pretty much anything you want to do with it, you can do with it. I have mine very simple. It's literally a chart, my orders at the bottom. Let's see, yeah, chart, orders at the bottom, my level two, time and sales. That's all I have. But because I'm also not going to really trade off of this window, right? I'm still going to use DOS level two. I still love my Thinkorswim charts. I'm just going to pop into here to execute the trade and pop back out. I'm not going to hang out in this program, but the program is solid. The one thing I will say about this program, I love DOS. We love DOS. We love Cobra. We love everything about DOS, except the mobile app for DOS is not
Yes.
very good. The mobile app for Thinkorswim is not very good. I've only been using Trade the Pool's mobile app for a few days. It is better than both of those. It is easier to read the charts. It is more responsive. It is much more mobile friendly than the other two, but the other two are more so made for people that, especially DOS. It's not made for the mobile trader. It's not made for the casual trader. I think this is definitely more catered to that audience. So the mobile app is just much better.
I mean, this
So
mobile app is it's I'm so impressed with it. And
yes,
people, anybody that's followed me for a while on Twitter or my old Twitter, whatever, knows that uh, several years ago that I worked construction full time, and I'd be out working on the road a lot, and I I had two phones and would execute trades off of one and chart on the other, and I used DAS Mobile, and it was awesome at the time. The time and sales looked good, the level two looked good, the executions were fast. I mean, it was great. Now I have some days where I'll be in a trade and I'm like, all right, hey, I'm gonna go to the store or do whatever I need to do, and I'll look down. I'll have my phone and I'll be like, well, let me just check on my trade while I'm out, and I'll look down and I'll be trying to load DAS Mobile, and I mean, it won't. It'll be a minute in, and it still hasn't loaded, and I've got full service somewhere at like Walmart parking lot. I'm thinking
mhm,
this is crazy, and none of this is we're not hating on DAS or anything like that. We love our main broker, and we love DAS, but like we said, the mobile app's been lacking lately, and I've put
for
in some
sure.
complaints about it.
It's been tough. We are going to do future videos. We can figure out how to show the mobile app a little more clearly. We're not very technology, so we got to figure that out. But we're going to figure that out. I'm also going to do a video in the future because I can use OBS to showcase what the actual platform looks like, and that will showcase very clearly, even with my ultra wide monitor. So the whole purpose of this is just to let you all know we're going to do more videos about this program on the software, the pros and cons. Are we getting paid? You know, everything. Like, because this could be something that could really help break down the entry to barrier for people that want to trade small caps specifically, but even stocks. You don't have to trade small caps with this program. You can trade Tesla, Microsoft, Google. Doesn't matter. You can trade whatever you want to trade. The great thing about this program specifically is it does cater towards small cap traders because most of this stock that's on the screen, BIOC, unless you have a specific broker like Cobra or Guardian or Trade Zero, ugh, whatever, You can't short this kind of stock with Thinkorswim or
Webull
E-Trade or yeah.
or
You got to have
Robinhood
a
or any of that shit.
specialized broker to be able to short this type of stuff. But with this trade the pool program, I was able to short that both in pre-market and at open. And you can pretty much short everything with this program. And but that's the type of stuff we're going to talk about. You know, how are the locates? Can we short the stuff we want to short? How are the executions? Like we're going to talk about all this stuff when we have more experience behind the wheel, so to speak. But for now, we're getting our feet wet, and the whole purpose of this is just to share what we're learning. So this is a starting point. There'll be more to come.
That's right.
So I think that pretty much wraps all we got to show today, right?
Yep, and we're going to try to make these videos fairly quick. This will probably be one of the longer ones.
This should be the longest. The other one should be much shorter. Like, hey, check this out. Here's the mobile app. Boom. Hey, check this out. Here's the platform. Boom. Hey, executions are great. Here's our payout. Here's an update on the dashboard. Whatever. They'll be much quicker. But people have asked, so we at least wanted to share the information. And like you said, in this video, in the description of this video, we will have the link for the website. We will have a link for the YouTube channel. I don't care if you're paying $100, $300, or the $12.50, but you better pay attention to the freaking rules, or this is all going to be for nothing.
Exactly.
Like, majority of traders fail. Majority of people are going to get these funded accounts and just YOLO into some random stock and hope to double their money. That's not going to work. You have to show you can trade.
Exactly.
But either way, this is a good.
You have to show you can trade. You have to trade it the right way. We tell people all the time, if you don't have a strategy, then you're not going to make money. If you just come into the day like, I'm just going to rando gamble price action.
Good luck.
It's good luck. Just simply have a tested strategy. I don't care how you back test. I don't care if it's through your head, on paper, if it's just from what you remember. If you do it on Excel, just have a setup. Say, I do this. This has made money for me most of the time. It doesn't matter how you track it. Take that, put it onto this, do it. Don't do anything else if that's how if that's what you do, and see how it works for you.
But this is a great place for people to get started too with trading, especially small caps or on the short side or whatever. I just think this is a good way to break down that entry for barrier that we've talked about so many times with stocks, especially if you're a U.S. citizen, unfortunately, because PDT is shit. To hell with PDT.
It is. I always hated being under PDT. I can't. Bad. I mean, I can't trade under PDT anymore.
Hell no. Like, we'll take 3 trades in an hour sometimes, let alone 3 in a week or a 5-day period or whatever they give you. I don't know. It sucks. All right. We need to wrap this because, yeah, we want to keep these relatively short. The rest of these videos are going to be much shorter, to the point, concise, pros, cons. Here's our thoughts. Boom, boom, whatever. If you have questions, hit us up. Comment, like, share, subscribe, etc., etc.
Yep.
Our Twitter handles right below our names. You can DM us on there too. Ask questions. We will answer any and all questions you have or direct you to the right area, if nothing else. But we're gonna cut it, right? We're good.
Yep.
We did good. All right. We're gonna do more of these, but appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe, comment. There's questions, hit us up. Other than that, there will be more of this in the future. And y'all have a good weekend.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace.